Hello! I apologize, it's been a while for a transit video. I've been recovering from COVID for the last week. This is the fourth time I've gotten COVID. So ridiculous. How I got it, it's so ridiculous, but it is what it is. I think the most important thing, and in this way I'm actually really grateful that I got it, um, is it's helped me to understand the role of long COVID in my life over the course of this year. How I've been going through a lot of changes. There's been some major life transitions that have been really good, but also been very stressful. And I thought it was just that, but I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety and even depression this year. And I couldn't figure out why exactly. I was really struggling with it. Um, and getting COVID this time, I was able to kind of like match the feelings that was coming up with this experience of being ill all the way back to January when I got it the second time. Um, and I started to understand, I started matching things, and I started to, so it's actually been a really clarifying experience of here's the life stuff that's just stressful and, we go through it and it's challenging. And then here's just the illness that's fucking with your brain, will. So I think that for anybody who's had it, especially several times, like I have, it's really good to look into long COVID and to ask yourself what symptoms you might be experiencing, because it is really clarifying and is really actually healing in a way. Even though I'm still healing physically, I was able to understand mentally and emotionally a lot. So I really recommend checking that out. It's really it can be really eye-opening, and you can cut yourself some slack, um, and understand that maybe what you're experiencing or what you're struggling with isn't actually, it's not just you and your life. There's a lot that we don't know about this virus and its impact on our mental health, let alone physical health, let alone emotional health, over the course of even after recovering from it. So anyways, that is not the everything's fine. I'm good. I'm recovering. Thank God. It's just another mild case. It is what it is. I'm getting through it. But this is not the announcement. I'm really excited. A couple weeks ago, I did a 30-minute video focused on how astrology can be used for healing. And though it is very much focused on introducing what a birth chart is to somebody who doesn't know what it is, I think that there's a lot of good info there for everybody to gain from. And so I made that video as a part of an overall summit, which is a group of individuals who put forth 30-minute videos each about what they're passionate about, what they're a specialist in. And I'm really honored to have been included because there's a lot of people, really, I think I'm the youngest person there, so there's a lot of people there with a lot more life experience and wisdom than me, focusing on a lot of different things. I think especially as an artist, I'm really excited. There are two different artists taking part. There's a writer taking part. So a lot of it is about creativity and healing in that respect, or empowering ourselves. The whole thing is focused on healing, but I think it really is open to everybody because there's my video. There's also a video about there's a meditation to be able to access your potential for limitless possibilities. That sounds awesome. There's another video to help decrease stress, increase energy. Another video about releasing trauma, PTSD, painful emotional energies. Amazing. There's a lot of really cool stuff here. There's a holistic pet trainer who will help us to support our training efforts with more ease and understanding. There's just a lot of really cool stuff here. So all in all, this summit is called the Super Soother Summit. It's free, and the link to be able to register, so that you'll be able to take part, to be able to watch all of these awesome videos, mine included, is in the link of this description. Again, it's called the Super Soother Summit. It's totally free, but you can only, I think after it airs, after it's live on October 29th, between 9 a.m. and about 5 p.m. Pacific time. Again, 9 a.m. to about 5 p.m. Pacific time, October 29th. which I'm not mistaken is next weekend. Yeah, it's next Saturday, like so a week and a half from now. If you don't catch it live, then you do have to pay. I don't know how much, but you will have to pay to access these videos. So really, I really recommend checking this out and checking it out live because again, it's free and there's so much cool stuff, and it's all focused on healing spiritually, mentally. Also, there's, I mean, even physically, and also there's also a nutritionist expert on there as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff all around. Um, and so my video is airing at 9:50 a.m. So again, I recommend checking out the entire thing. It starts at 9 a.m. Saturday 29th. Again, if you register for the info in the description, you'll have all this info. You'll be able to keep track of all of it. But yeah, my video will be airing 9:50 a.m. That day, and then I did in addition to the half hour, uh, about a minute to 2 minutes per each astrological energy, focused specifically on healing. So, okay, Aries, here's a little bit about you, and also this is some good info for you to keep in mind as per your healing. And then I went through, of course, every single sun sign. And I think that really that info applies to rising energies and moon energies too. So it's really good to just check out the entire thing because, I mean, there's good info in all of it, but also I'm part of all of it. Yay! No, it's not about me. There's a lot of really cool stuff, but I am really happy that I was able to provide a lot of different info there. And also my meditation track is going to be used. So this is cool. I'm really excited to check out what everybody else has contributed because it seems like really fascinating info. So that's big announcement. It's super exciting. Very cool. I'm very honored to be a part of it. It's truly an honor. So info in the description for that. I think that's everything. All right, cool. Let's get into transits. You've been super patient. Thank you for hanging out. So I think the biggest thing is we have a stellium in Libra. We have Sun and Venus and Mercury all in Libra. This is really excellent energy for being able to mend the bridge to what's the word I'm looking for? To repair the bridge, to have a connection with other people and to be able to harmoniously move forward, to harmoniously build a relationship, rebuild a relationship that has long-lasting effects. Saturn is in Aquarius, Jupiter is opposite all this energy, so the focus is very much on the long term. Even though so much of our energy is more so focused on right here, right now, let's have fun, let's just talk to who's interesting to talk to and create good times and laughter and enjoyment. Although that's a major part of it, there is that kind of broader perspective as well of who we're talking to at this time and reaching out to and making our relationships better with. There's a lot of good long-term effects that'll come from that. So I think this is we're finally out of the Mercury retrograde season completely. We're out of the post-retrograde season. We do have Mars retrograde coming up, but quite frankly, I'm not even concerned about it after the Mercury retrograde season that we had. I think that was the hardest time all year. And again, I think last year, October was the hardest time all year. So September this year, it was just that particular confluence of energies was pretty tremendously difficult. But at this point, we are moving forward mentally. So even when Mars goes retrograde in about 2 weeks or so, and we'll cover that in more depth as time goes on, and when I'm fully recovered COVID. But yeah, even with Mars being retrograde, we're going to be able to think clearly about whatever it is that we need to be more patient with or learn about, etc. And I think that's kind of the general thing is, okay, what do we need to learn? How do we need to focus more? How do we need to move forward? But that's a couple weeks away. There's going to be some influence of that right now, but that's not really the main thing. The main thing right now, I think, is our relationships. Let's focus on those. Let's communicate with our loved ones. Let's make peace. Let's be gentle. Let's be diplomatic. Let's make space for ourselves and the other individual in the conversation to try to understand both sides of it. That's really important. And it's also really easy to do that at this time. As long as we're not trying to score points, letting our mind take over our ego and just try to wage war through our speech. As long as we're not being too judgmental or anything, then it's really easy to be able to get along with other people and to indeed build our relationships well and to enjoy them. I think the last thing for today is Moon is in Leo for today and even the first part of tomorrow, Thursday. Excuse me. We have a lot of air and fire energy to work with for today, tomorrow, and really over the next, even like the next week or so. Maybe like the next 4 days, actually, rather, because we do have Sun and Venus going into Scorpio pretty soon here. So I think that just enjoy expressing yourself, enjoy having fun. I think something that's good to keep in mind is Moon is opposite Saturn, so don't take things too seriously. There's a lot to talk about here, but to summarize, just don't be too hard on yourself and don't be too hard on other people. Saturn opposite Moon is one of those time periods where we can take things a bit too seriously and overreact emotionally, but that's not necessary. At the same time, if we are feeling pressure, we want to, I think, answer it thoughtfully and express ourselves creatively, or at least express ourselves emotionally in a way that answers the pressure in a positive way. We want to create the solution for whatever challenges are on our mind at this time. Instead of just being dramatic, which can happen sometimes with that particular moon and having a lot of air to fuel it. So again, let's have fun with it. Let's always indulge in positive energy. And again, I think overall it's very easy to do so, but sometimes when we have so much air and fire, we can get a little caught up in our ego and in our minds and forget to breathe, forget to ground ourselves, forget to get back in touch with our deeper emotions. It's very important. I was going to say, as always, I'm doing readings. Technically, I'm not doing readings right now because I'm just recovering and got some brain fog to work through, let alone fatigue. But I will be getting back into readings very shortly. I'm about a week into my recovery, so this isn't my first rodeo. This is usually how it goes. In the second week, I can get back into doing readings. So, in any case, we can book a reading for within the next 2 weeks. So, info in the description to book a reading with me when I will be well, or at least well enough to do your reading with 100% focus and intention. But yeah, I love doing readings. I've been doing it for over 10 years. Read for, I don't even know how many people at this point, hundreds, thousands, maybe a couple thousand. I don't know. It's a lot. But yeah, info in the description for that as well. Again, check out the Super Soother Summit. It's free. It's awesome. I'm part of it. Yay! So there's so many cool individuals contributing so much knowledge and wisdom here. It's going to be a really fascinating experience. So again, that is October 29th. Register in the link in the description. October 29th, 9 a.m. to about 5 p.m. Pacific time. Infinite love to you, my friends. Namaste. Peace. Stay well. Take care of yourself. Try not to get COVID. It sucks. And I'm just experiencing a mild form of it. Can't only imagine severe. Oh my God. But in any case, stay well. Stay well. Stay well. Stay well. And heal. Super Soother Summit will help. Infinite love to you. Peace.